don't think I would make mad? The guy on the right. And this showdown, like Steph Curry and the Warriors, Cade Cunningham and the Pistons, I don't think I would make Curry mad. Early third quarter, Warriors down 3. Not anymore. Jimmy Butler finds Curry. That's a 3. That is also putting him north of 25,000 career points. He's the 26th player all time to hit that. Oh, by the way, the game is tied. Cunningham, he's like, I can do it too. Pistons led 87-84 after the third. Here's why I said don't make him mad. 7 minutes left in the game. Warriors down 1. There's a miss. D. Santos flies in for the putback and the foul. After the play, Isaiah Stewart pushes Curry near the bench.
He came off the bench to do it, too.
Curry obviously took exception to it. Then there's a little bit of jawing back and forth. I remind you that the Warriors are up 1, but it's only 1. Curry, 32 points over Thompson there. Stewart doesn't like that. But, like, what do you expect, dude? Warriors up 2. Off the Curry turnover, Cunningham finds Malik Beasley. Corner 3. Pistons back up 1. A little later, Warriors down 3. Draymond Green going to find Boyd. That is a pass. That is also a Curry bucket, plus the foul. He'd make the free throw to tie it at 103. Butler, 26 points. So with the Warriors up 2, Cade Cunningham continues to do all that he is doing. And the Pistons this season, 31 points. That makes it a Pistons 1-point lead. Next Warriors possession, there's like 35 seconds to play.
No way.
Butler finds Green for a 3 because obviously that's who's going to put the 3. That's who I was expecting in that moment. Cunningham finds Beasley, but that one is off the mark. The Warriors win 115-110. They are 11-2 since Jimmy Butler came to town.
Which team should the West fear more, the Warriors or the Lakers?
Can I just say real quick, because you moved past it
in
the read quick, 12-1 for guard.
Oh, Steph?
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, last night it was the Steph show.
That is damn impressive.
The fans, when I was sitting there, I was like, wow, there's a lot of Warrior fans at the Gardens. But there's not a lot of Warriors fans at the Garden. There's a lot of Steph Curry fans at the Garden.
Reality check. The Knicks weren't really relevant until a couple of years
Be
ago.
that
They
as it
sucked
may.
most of the time.
Be that as it
I'm
may.
just saying. Everybody, in other words, everybody beat them. Everybody abused the Knicks at the Gardens until recently.
Yeah,
No.
but it's about being
He
in
was
the
talking about it
theater.
since college, how much he loved being
You know
there.
how you know that the Knicks have changed their fortunes? There's actually a picture of James Dolan smiling. He was standing with Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart took a picture for their podcast. I mean, you actually saw him there smiling. He showed up in public. You understand what I'm saying? I know he's at the Knicks games all the time, but he's not very rarely reason to smile. He's smiling these days. I give him credit where credit is due. The Knicks are better. They're not better than Cleveland or Boston, but they spent the vast majority of their time stinking up the joint. Everybody abused the Knicks at the Garden. What did I complain about years ago? I used to complain about they show up at the Garden to show out.
Some of those early
Steph's house.
Some of those early Steph teams weren't that good either.
That's not true. What are you talking about?
First few years?
Excuse me. He came into the league in 2009. And why you got to bring that up? Because he was the 7th pick and the Knicks had the 8th pick. Don't even give me. See, why you got to bring that up, man? That ain't right, Whitney. That ain't right, man. That's rubbing it in. This brother showed up second, third year in the league.
Anyway, it was still Steph's house last night.
I'm sorry, Molly. It was a good question. It's a good question.
It's okay. It's okay.
You know what? Y'all go ahead.
All right, can I get into this actual question?
Go ahead. I don't even want to talk right now. Go
Since
ahead.
the trade deadline, the NBA, we talked about how exciting it's been, what the Lakers look like with Luka now, and obviously the Warriors, what Jimmy Butler's added on defense and kind of re-energized them as well. So tell me this, which team should we fear more down the stretch? Is it the Warriors or the Lakers?
I don't feel great about this answer because I have seen Jimmy Butler rise up many times in the postseason. But my answer is the Lakers because of Luka. Because Luka is still got the ability, as we saw 1 year ago, to elevate a team. The definition to me of a superstar is that you can take a team that is lesser than in a playoff series and win. LeBron's got that all over his early resume. Luka's done it twice by the time he was 26. He did it when he beat the Suns, when he was with the Mavericks and they got to the conference finals. And last year they beat 2 teams in a row when they didn't have home court advantage. I got Luka, his ceiling, making the Lakers the more dangerous team.
First of all, Kwaku, this question is crazy. It's a little challenging. Can you say that you have to fear a team that's sitting in number 2? Like, I think when you look at the standings, the Warriors to me are a little more sneaky because it's so blatant with the Lakers. And so I think you got to watch out for the Warriors because if they now have the interior scoring and the defense powered by Jimmy Butler, and we know playoff Jimmy is a thing, so how do you capitalize on playoff Jimmy? You give him 25 games and then roll right into the playoffs, and so there's no time to be bored, right? I just think if they get, and to your point, Wendy, we talked about this earlier, they are also defending while we are marveling at the way the Lakers are defending. They are also putting it together, and I think the balance that they're developing around Jimmy Butler, the freedom for both Steph and Jimmy Butler, the ball movement we saw last night, I might be leaning Warriors on this one.
My answer is the Lakers because of their defense. Period. Having said that, because I know what Luka's going to give you, I know what LeBron's going to give you. What is their defense going to give you? That's the question. And I think that J.J. Redick and his staff have been answering that question. Can't say enough about the job that they're doing. Having said that, Wendy said something that I find very, very interesting, and I want to sort of like shift gears just a touch while Eminem is here.
It's a little stiff. You gotta loosen up the shoulders.
You know.
It was a little stiff.
You brought up. Yeah, I was. I was leading.
I know you're lifting weights now, but you got to remember to stretch.
Right, you're right about that.
Mobility is important.
I feel like you're trapped. He couldn't even lift his arms up.
More like a core shake.
Right, you know, but I look good. Anyway,
All right, I want to get to what Shaq said, so could you be quick? Thanks.
Wendy said, when you talk about Luka, somebody that has taken a team that has ascended them with less, right? Let me ask you a question. Do you think he's the best to ever do that? Because I got an answer to give you.
No, I can't say that yet.
Can I tell you who I think? Who I think about when you brought up that very category? Come on, y'all. You know I'm going to take a moment to give my boy AI some love, Allen Iverson.
Oh, you went way left.
When you go to the finals, you understand? George Lynch, Eric Snow, Aaron McKee, you know, stuff like that. I mean, listen, those are my brothers. I love them all. And God rest the Kemba Mutombo. So I'm just saying, Tyrone Hill, let me not forget him. I mean, it was Allen.
And they went up against one of the great teams the last 30 years.
Listen, Allen Iverson, the only thing that stopped him was Shaq in his prime and Kobe. If it wasn't for that, AI wins a championship 6 feet, 165 soaking wet with names that only I remember. And they went to the finals and they beat Vince Carter in Toronto. They beat Big Dog and Ray Allen and Sam Cassell and those boys in Milwaukee. AI, that category that you brought up, there's one name where that starts. And it is Allen Iverson.
They had 4 guys who defended and only 1 guy who could score.
That's right.
He carried them. And they won game 1.
Listen. That's right, because I was on Fox at the time, and they said, "What's going to happen, Stephen A? You saying they're going to get swept?" I said, "Oh no, AI will get you one."
Yeah,
that's what I said. I was famous for that quote. The city wanted me banned. They wanted me fired because I said the Sixers going to lose Game 5